let's start.
Okay, so welcome to today's webinar. I think there will be more people streaming in, coming in. So just to let you know more about what we do here, for those people who are new. In fact, let's run a poll to know whether it's your first time or not, so that we will know how to adjust this webinar. So if you can, please everybody respond to the webinar. Is this your first time attending our webinar itself? Because I see some new names here. Yes. Yeah. Oh, can everybody? So I only see 6% responding. It'd be good to know more people responding is here. 8. Okay. 8 of you have responded and said that this is not your first time. So I'm still going to assume that the rest of the guys who have not responded is the first time. So anyway, just so I will let you know what we do here. We have a daily webinar where Jin will be walking through his thoughts and ideas for specific currencies each day from Monday to Friday. So Monday, just to recap for those people new here, Monday we'll be doing Aussie and New Zealand, which is today. Tuesday we'll be doing Euro. Wednesday doing Pound. Thursday we're doing Yen and Gold. Friday we'll be doing Canadian dollar and the oil prices. So okay, so today Jin will definitely be talking about Aussie and New Zealand pairs. This webinar is going to be very more beneficial for the new guys here, more beneficial to long-term investors and also short-term traders itself. So during this session, Jin will be going through what could move prices, what possible trade ideas he has, and highlight any potential targets and risks. So I just want to say again, as a disclaimer, any information shared during this session is not intended for a trade recommendation, but solely the opinion and views of the speaker, Jin. So please remember to do your own analysis prior to any trades you take, okay? So for those who are new here, my name is Daniel. I've known Jin for many years, started as a student, then as a coach, and then finally also a partner in Forex Briefcase and SMS, helping him with SMS traders as well. So let's run it through the thing. So Jin is running, so those who are new here also, Jin is running LCMS traders and Forex Briefcase as a trading coach, and as also a $1 million trader. And what this means that he's been trading in Forex Briefcase. He's been invited to speak on many stages globally around the world. In fact, one of the reasons that you might be here is because you could have seen him presenting in an event or attended one of the course itself. So while we going to get started, let me just watch one more poll just to let me know or let us know where have you come from and joined, where you joined here. So let me run that poll. So that we know how do you know here itself, and so we can improve. So if for all of you here, we got 15 people here, please run the poll. Okay, so you have Telegram, you have Traders Club, Meetup group as well. That's good. Again, just a reminder that if you have friends or interested, do share the link so that they can actually join us, and it's very beneficial, as you said, very beneficial to everyone here as well. Okay, so while you run the poll, I will just hand over to Jin. Jin, all yours.
All mine. Good morning, everyone. It's the 4th of May. May the force be with you. Just nerding it out a little bit. Starting right. Any fans here? I hope you're having a good day. Today we're all still stuck at home. Okay. So today, Monday, I will be talking about Aussie and Kiwi, just going through potential trade ideas, what could move the market, some things that you want to pay attention to. We are also live on Facebook in the Forex Trading Asia group. Hi, Roy. Thanks for jumping on. So we are, if you are on the Forex Trading Asia group, feel free to jump onto the Zoom call as well. The links should be there. One of the guys should be posting up the links. Market has been quite conducive to trading, so we do have quite a bit to get through today. Give me a quick thumbs up if we're all good to start. Okay, most of you are good to start. Good. Peace sign as well instead of a thumbs up. All right, so first things first, let's jump into the charts, cut to the chase, jump into the charts. All right, so I know you can see my screen here, so I'm not going to ask. Aussie US on the daily time frame now, so I will look at it on a daily time frame. I normally look at it in terms of trading. I only look at it from 4 hours onwards or downwards. For longer term, I look at the daily time frame just to give me a broader overview of what could happen, what's the overall directions. This vertical line here I've shared with my Traders Club members. So I won't talk about it now because it's already gone past a couple of days. We are at this point here now. Is it quite likely? It's done what I said last week, right? It's gone up to this point with a possible downward move, resumption of a downward move. It has done that first part, moving up to that point I indicated. Whether it's going to come down all the way, I think that we might see it. We might actually see it move down. All right, so we might actually see that downward move. Probably not today, but maybe something tomorrow, early tomorrow, or later into the week. Okay, so actually no. Let me correct that. We might see that downward move later tomorrow. Right, we might see move about, maybe I wouldn't say it's all the way down 180. I would say maybe about 100, thereabouts of 100 pips downwards move before a possible, let me be a bit more specific here. Right, a possible downward move before a possible back up again. Right, so I will give you a broad overview of why I think that possible move for the Aussie, a downward towards about, I would say about 0.6280 or 0.63 level. So about that level before a possible upward move again. All right, so quite straightforward for Aussie on the daily time frame. On the H4, we already see that today is possibly going to move up a little bit before tomorrow's downward move, which I have indicated here already. So, why I think it's going to move up a little bit today, probably because there's no real triggers with a slight profit taking, a slight retracement upwards to gather strength to move down. All right. I'll jump into the Aussie as well. Okay, if you have any questions, put it into the chat, the Zoom call chat. One of the guys with the spiffy backgrounds from LCMS Traders and Forex Briefcase will also be looking at what's the chat happening in the Forex, in the Facebook Live as well. So in Forex Trading Asia. So they'll sound out to me any questions that come from there. Right. So I'll just a bit of a habit that I need to make my lines connect. Okay, so I'm looking at the New Zealand dollar. It's sitting at a support level right now at 0.6048 or 0.6050. It's sitting at that level. I do think that the likelihood of a downward move is again going to be quite high, right? So it's done. I don't think it'll come all the way actually. So I don't think it's going to move all the way. It's probably going to move a little bit. It's done that first part that I've indicated. It's shot up to about that point before a possible downward move. That downward move is likely to happen, but I do think that later in the week we might see a bit of an upward move again. Okay, so you would see that the New Zealand dollar and the Aussie dollar does have quite a close relationship or correlation, because of the whole geographic area, Australia being here, New Zealand being about there, right? So, the economies are quite similar. Likelihood of the price actions are going to be quite similar as well, because the triggers are going to be quite similar. Trading partners are quite similar. So we are likely to see quite similar movements. That was on the daily time frame. On the H4 time frame, again, I say similar too many times already, but like the like the Aussie, we could see it go up a little bit, retest that area. So similar to what we have here, going back up to this level before a possible move back down again. Okay, so today we could see some retracement in terms of Aussie and Kiwi. Okay, why I say that, I'll jump into my Forex Factory right now. No, that's not Forex Factory. This is Forex Factory. So Forex Factory here, today, why I say that there's possibly going to be a bit of a slight retracement today is because there's no real news. There's no news coming. There's a bit of a Aussie news, but that's not really so important. There is a building approval. That's why you see a little bit of an uptick in the Aussie because they were expecting a -15%. It came out at -4. Still not the best news, but a lot better than expected. That's why you've seen a slight upward tick in the Aussie and also in the Kiwi. Later today, we have Euro news, and that's it. We're pretty much mostly Euro news. Tomorrow, however, we do have the Aussie cash rate and the Aussie Reserve Bank of Australia rate statement. It is expected to stay. Cash rate is interest rates. So cash rates or interest rates in this matter is expected to stay at 0.25%. No change expected there. However, pay more attention to the rate statement. All right. What we're looking out for in the Reserve Bank of Australia's rate statement is any talk about probably implementing a QE. QE is quantitative easing, is where they print more money or they pump more money into the market, into the economy. How they do that? They do asset purchase. So government might be buying back bonds, might be buying back corporate bonds, might be buying assets from the market. As they buy assets, they push money into the market. So when they push money into the market, supply increases. Supply of money increases, value could drop. Right? Why they do that is as they push money into the market, they hope that people are spending, are investing, are creating jobs, are purchasing things, so that could boost activity in the economy. Right? So that's the purpose of QE. But with that said, that's also likely to cause a devaluation in the currency because supply increases. So that's what we're going to look for in the rate statement coming from the Reserve Bank of Australia, whether they're likely to do any further QE, implement any QE, or any other tools which they might implement to try and stimulate the economy, which could weaken the currency. All right. So Aussie, that's what we're looking for tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. 12:30 p.m. tomorrow. We'll look at that. Bit of a US news. We have on Wednesday morning at 6:45 a.m. New Zealand employment numbers. So we are expected, based on the previous, we are expected to see a little bit of a worse employment number coming from New Zealand. Employment change previously was 0%, expected to come out at -0.25, -0.2%. We could see a little bit worse on a quarter-to-quarter number. Unemployment rate is expected to go from 4 to 4.4. So again, a little bit of a worse number there. Because of these two possibly worse numbers, that's where, and also because of the rate statements coming from Australia on Tuesday, that's why I see a possible downward move in both the New Zealand and also the Australian dollar, right? So we could see that moving down on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. On Wednesday evening, we do have the ADP non-farm employment change. So there's a private number of the non-farm numbers. Was minus 27K, expected to be minus 20,000 Ks. So a big number expected. So we could see very bad numbers coming from the US, both on Wednesdays and also on Friday, where we have the non-farm number coming from the US as well. Unemployment rate expected to go from 4.4 to 16%. So very, very, very bad numbers expected from the US. That's why I forecast, or I'm trying to stick my neck out and say that we could see a slight downward move in the Aussie and the Kiwi before later in the week we will see a big jump up because of a possible weakening in the US dollar. So, you know, earlier in the week, a bit of a weakening in the Aussie and the Kiwi, and then later in the week we will see weakening of the US dollar because of employment numbers coming from the US. So, you know, it's going to be a bit of a volatile market this week. I do think that there's going to be a lot of opportunities for trades, but probably keeping it into the shorter term, shorter to medium term kind of trading mindset or style. All right. So I'll just jump onto the chat and make sure that I've not missed out any questions. Right, so you're all good. Right, so we do have all that coming up this week. So what I also wanted to jump into is back into the charts, right? So we've talked about Aussie on the daily, Aussie on the 4 hours, Kiwi on the daily, Kiwi on the 4 hours. I want to jump back into the Canadian on the daily time frame. So I did this review on Friday. I did this on Friday, this analysis on Friday. You know, we said that it was expected to move upwards, bouncing off this, breaking through this resistance level. It did slowly tick up before moving back up quite reasonably. Let me just do a quick measure. Right, so about 60 over pips, 70 pips move upwards. At this point, I do think that it might come back down a little bit before test this support level, and then we'll see what happens at this support level at this point. Okay, I'll give you a moment. If you have any questions, put it in the chat. I did that. You're all super happy because I've done a great job. Gimong, are you happy? Good. See big nods of the head. Anyone else? Any questions? Give me a moment for that. Okay, so if there's no questions, I'll jump in and I'll tell you a bit about the LCMS Traders Club. So LCMS Traders Club, you see here, is a private group on Facebook. You know, go onto Facebook, search LCMS Traders Club. Come and join us here. So we have a currency call that we do every day at 11 o'clock, as Daniel has told you about. Tonight, especially for all those Traders Club members on this video now and those who have not joined this video, tonight at 9 o'clock, we have a live call with me and the team. I'll be talking more about trading a straddle. So a straddle, I'll jump back into why I bring up this topic about a straddle. A straddle is a great strategy on how to trade consolidations. We just went through a perfect example of that for the pound yen. So I'll jump back to you and show you an example of how a straddle can make you a lot of money, right? And quite straightforward as well. So for all the Trader Club members, we have extra coaching sessions, 9 p.m.s on Mondays and 9 p.m.s on Wednesdays. Wednesdays is a coaching call. Is it Wednesday or Thursday, Daniel? Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Okay, yeah. So on Wednesdays, we have a coaching call with Daniel and Jonathan as well. You know, people are sharing books that they're reading. Daniel yesterday shared out things to watch out for. Pound, we will talk about later when the day comes on Wednesdays. You know, trade signals. You get, a lot of you are coming from the Telegram group. The Telegram group, you get the trade signals. In the Facebook group, you not only get the trade signals, you get it earlier, right? You get the analysis behind the trade signals as well. So Daniel fires out the trade signals. He tells you why he is buying, why he is selling, the step-by-step reason behind his decision to buy or sell a currency pair. And then at different take profit levels, take profit 1, 2, or 3, you might be sitting there going, when do I get out? Do I get out 1, 2, or 3? At this point, he tells you, hey, it's hit TP1, hold to TP2. And then when it gets to TP2, he tells you, hey, it's at TP2, at TP3, get out, you know, secure your profits. So all the different currency pairs, all the different signals, it tells you when to get in, why you're getting in, when to get out, why you're getting out. So you not only trade, make money, you also learn how we trade, learn the methods behind that trades as well. All right. What Kenneth or one of the guys will do every night at 9 p.m. as well is do an update. So every day I do a currency call at 11 o'clock. But obviously market moves, right? Market moves along. By 9 o'clock, you see what you want to know, whether it's still valid or not, whether the trade ideas I'm talking about is still valid. So, they do a quick update, it's a minute long, just to let you know what has happened in the market. Is the idea still valid? Do you still want to hold on to it? Or do you want to get out of your trade? What possible things could happen? Right? We highlight news that to you that's being released. Watch list, right? So when you're sitting there, you've got 50 different charts open and you don't know what to pay attention to. We're highlighting different currency pairs that you want to pay attention to, what to watch, so that you don't have to watch everything. You just have to pay attention to specific currency pairs. Right? So ask questions. You can ask questions, share your charts, try and find out more about whether you should enter the trade or not, whether your trade is a good idea or not. If you post up a trade and everyone likes it, it looks like a good idea, it's logical, it makes sense, you gain confidence, and as you make profits and gain confidence, your trading becomes more profitable, more consistent, your trading journey becomes more enjoyable as well. All right, so there's a lot of content, a lot of info in the Traders Club, in the LCMS Traders Club. I do hope that those of you who are not on it yet, do join up. Go search for us, LCMS Traders Club on Facebook. Join up. It is $49 a month or $199 a year. At $199 a year, it's going to benefit your trading massively. So, for those of you who are on the call right now, put it in the chat. Help me out. Put it in the chat. Tell me and tell everyone else if the Traders Club has been great for your trading journey. Put it in right now. I'm looking at all of you who are in the Traders Club, right? So not only that, Traders Club members also are in a Traders Challenge. So every month, right, we are in May now, so at the end of May, every month we're going to have a top prize of $2,000. Like person who trades and makes the most money in a month wins $2,000 US. You have to be on Centrade FX trading account to do that, because this is a partnership competition. So make sure you're on that account. We'll put up the link there as well, and then join the competition. Make money in your trades, win money in your competition. Straightforward. All right. So if you want to know more information about that, we have Daniel, we have Kenneth, we have Jin, we have Jonathan there. They will be reaching out to you to get you on board as well. And while they're doing that, I will jump quickly back into this fantastic straddle strategy that I was highlighting to most of you on this call. I don't know how many of you jumped onto this trade. I hope all of you did, but as I know, not everyone would. Thursday last week, I highlighted that for pound yen on the 4-hour chart, if it broke, a straddle strategy was in play. Something to pay attention to. If it broke above 11350, we could look to buy. If it broke below 132.21, we could look to sell. So these are not just numbers that are plucked out of the air. These are actually, there's a reason why I specified those levels to buy or to sell. And then not only where to buy and sell, you need to know what is your possible stop loss, maybe about 50, 60 pips, with your take profit about 160. So you're looking at a 1 risk to 3 reward, right? Or if it did drop below, we could be looking at a 50, 60 pip with an 80 pips, so a 1 to 1 or 1 to slightly more than 1 risk reward as well. So with that, we saw that play out exactly. It went up to my resistance, touched it perfectly, and came all the way back down again. So this straddle strategy, when I talked about it on Thursday, I promised Trader Club members that I'll talk about it on Monday. So Monday night, 9 o'clock, I'll go through the details of how to identify a straddle strategy, how to measure it, when to put your orders in, how to put your stop loss, take profit levels, and then how to make money out of it. Right. So there are going to be on Monday. It's going to be amazing. Monday night at 9 o'clock is going to be amazing. Thanks, Robbie, for your comment. Putting lots of value. Coaches always guiding you to help you make more confident trades. All right, Derek's got great info there. Recommend to join. Okay, so before I babble on some more, that's all I have to share with you. Aussie and key Aussie possible move upwards today with a move downwards earlier in the week, and then a possible move back up again. Kiwi is the same. We looked at CAD, which did exactly what we saw, and it's probably going to test the support again. Pay attention to the Reserve Bank of Australia's news on Tuesday, 12:30, and also the New Zealand news on Wednesday morning. I don't know how many of you will be trading at 6:45 a.m. I will be. I've been up at 6 a.m. every day now. So trade safe, take care, trade well. Daniel, you're an off. You're still on mute, by the way.
Okay, great. So I just launched a poll. Thank you, Jin. So please let me know what are your thoughts for this session. Do you love it and you'll come back every day, or anything? You want to know what to improve? Let us know what you want to improve on as well. So by the way, just to remind those who have been here sometimes and also new here, there'll be a recording of this video will be uploaded. So thank you for joining this session. Tomorrow we'll be talking about Euro. Okay, so do remember to come back, and I'm looking forward to see you then. Okay, thanks a lot. See you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
See you at 9 p.m. tonight.
Yep.